r/ask Reddit. It's 2022. What shouldn't exist now? Convenience fees to pay bills online. Yeah, like WTF. What convenience is it when it's just how normal things work now? And convenient for whom? You want to data entry all this into the system off a paper I fill out, or should I? Not being able to get self-services spots in my own home. A friend worked in Africa building homes for the people. He said there were bushmen with spears and loincloths with a cell phone clipped on the side. Middle of nowhere yet reception everywhere. That's actually a great thing for developing nations. They get to skip all the infrastructure costs associated with landlines and jump right to wireless. They need those kind of wins to catch up. Junk mail. And ducking spam calls. Spammers can suck a dong. Even worse, when they use local familiar numbers. Not sure those a-holes are called spammers though. People sticking gum on random surfaces instead of at least throwing it towards the trash can a few feet away. And the people who stick gum to the trash can lid covers. I'm glad they stick it places instead of throwing it away. It's surprising how much of the flavor is still left. People being bankrupted by medical bills. Only in America. In fairness, the average American only has like 1k in the bank, so it's really easy to go bankrupt. Flat earthers. There is a great documentary about them called Behind the Curve, you should check it out. Is that the one with the amateur rocketeer / daredevil? 2021. Are you the dude who answered 1895 to the question what ended in 1896? For some reason, this comment made me laugh so hard that I started coughing. Having to spend 3 hours in traffic every day. Yeah, WTF, why haven't we figured out teleporting by now? We figured it out, but you die when you go in, and a complete copy comes out that only thinks it's you. Ducking mosquitoes. They're so annoying, holy shit. I would have them exterminated from the planet. Yes, I am for that. Let's do it. I don't care about the collateral damage. And while we're at it, let's take out all the flies and cockroaches too. Slavery. You want slaves to be free. I want slaves to be free. We're not the same. Took me a minute. Slow internet. Agreed. Insulin and drinking water cost. Insulin is basically affordable everywhere except USA. Duck you Big Pharma, and duck you Nestle. 80-year-old politicians. Problem is, saying anything negative about elderly people in the workplace is considered ageism. Old age is a protected class of people in the US, and telling someone they're too old to work any job is against the law and considered discrimination. Despite cognitive ability greatly reducing at that age, 80 plus is too old in my opinion for elected official life. Call me discriminatory. I think it's just reality. It's insane they made laws stopping young people from being elected because they are too immature, I guess. Meanwhile, there are no laws considering the mental decline on the other end of age. Pisses me off because yeah, there's some ageism legislated right there and in our laws, and it's against the youth. https://en.m. Wikipedia. Org Wiki. Age of candidacy laws in the United States. Cancer. There has actually been some remarkable breakthroughs on cancer treatments this week. https://www.npr.org. The 7th of June 2022. 1,103,545,361 cancer drug experimental rectal chemotherapy surgery treatment immunotherapy. Also mRNA vaccine by BioNTech for pancreatic cancer. Half the patients in the trial who had surgery, then the vaccine keyed to their cancer, were in remission like 18 months later, which is amazing for pancreatic cancer. Constant bombardment of ads. You don't sound prepared for 2023 and beyond. Just wait until the screens in every new car start requiring you to watch 2 minutes of ads before you can start the engine, unless you pay the monthly no ad subscription fee. The two-party system. Don't blame me, I voted for CODIS. Would need to move away from first past the post voting system, otherwise it will always trend towards two-party dominance. School shootings. Telemarketers? Oh yes, I'll be needing a complete remodel of my home, thank you for the suggestion, stranger. Child beauty pageants. Yay. Showing off these little kids as prostitutes is just a step away from child abuse in my opinion. USB connectors that you have to try to plug in 3 times to get them in right. Everything should have migrated to USB-C by now. It's too bad it hasn't. After years of having mismatching charge cables for everything, I'd finally got all of my travel stuff standardized on USB Type A. I had a nice 5-port charge hub and all the cables I needed to charge everything in one little charge kit I could just throw into a suitcase and be ready to go. Now, more than half of my devices are USB-C. Nobody makes a 5-port USB-C hub. And my phone, watch, and earbuds all charge wirelessly. So they each need little hockey puck adapters, and the whole mess doesn't fit in my charge kit box anymore. It's almost as bad as it was back in the days when every device came with its own unique size and voltage round DC connector. Companies that create problems and sell solutions instead of solving existing problems. Racism. I honestly expected this answer to be more popular. Being asked to fax a document. Who in the name of Samurai Lincoln made you fax any documents these days? The DMV, the court clerk, and doctor offices. Sons, incredibly dangerous and unnecessary. I've heard of one person who has Ms. who said that laying in a tanning bed is a huge reliever of pain for them. That's literally the only positive I could possibly come up with for a tanning bed. They're also used to treat skin conditions. They have their purposes, but tanning ain't it. Excessive plastic use. This one gets me. Overpackaging also. Poverty. No one should have to live in squalor, without enough to eat or proper shelter. Everyone deserves a chance to have a good life, and no one should be left behind just because they were born into a poor family. It's still wild to me how food and water are basic necessities for humans to survive, yet many people can't afford to have access to it. Even worse, people actively try and stop others from providing. If you ever want to be depressed, just look at the comment section of any news story about school lunches. People really try and ensure kids stay hungry in school. Absolutely sickening. My wisdom teeth. And yet, they persist. One of them going far enough to get infected. Get the infected one removed ASAP, otherwise it's gonna spread to your other teeth and or jawbone, and can be very dangerous. Health insurance companies, lobbyists, drug commercials, school shootings, televangelists. Brontosauruses, probably. How do you get your job done at the rock quarry? A saber-toothed cat? Poverty and hunger. Boy, did I scroll a long way before this one popped up. Corporatocracies, an economic, political and judicial system controlled by corporations or corporate interests. It took me a minute to sound out that one. Damn. Governments coddling the rich while the 99% watch them get tax breaks and pass BS laws to get them richer. Slow internet. We've got satellites all over the place. How can I not load a picture? Satellite internet is slow. A fiber optic trunk is much faster. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. 40 hours 5-day work weeks. Herpes. Government controlling people's bodies, not just women, anyone's body. Edit. I think mandatory vaccines are necessary for the well-being of both the recipient and those around. But women required to give birth to children they don't want or can't provide for is stupid. And I say all genders' bodies because there's that toxic side of feminism that tries to control men's bodies as a response to everything. People deserve autonomy over their body, men, women and everything in between. Reproductive rights, and yes, in the end, vaccine rights. But in the situation of a global pandemic, I believe it's necessary to make that less of a choice. But if you don't want to get the flu vaccine or some shit, fine, you do you. Just stay away from me, lol. I hope this makes sense and doesn't make me sound like those conservative people. I really do just mean both men and women should have equal rights to their bodies, even if men aren't facing the same issues as women are today. I thought you meant mind control for a second, started to get interested. Animal abuse. Racism. It's ridiculous. It has no place in the modern world or in any world whatsoever. Why care about the color of someone's skin or where they're from? Celebrate the wonderful variety we have in this world. Enjoy learning about others instead of judging someone by their color. Shitty, overpriced rural internet service. Attacks on women's reproductive freedom. Attacks on gay rights. Phonobooks. I get 2 per year or so. Why? Instant recycling. Or kindling. That shit has still been done. Human rights violations. The 9-5 job. Child marriage. Privatization of healthcare and prisons. Theocracies. I'm gonna say religion in general. I'm not saying that to be an edgy atheist because duck those people, but more because the entire premise of science is that there are forces in our universe that we don't understand. But far too many religious institutions are getting away with absolutely reprehensible things under the guise of religious freedom. The older I get, the more I feel spirituality shall be a private, personal matter, not one that gets to be in charge of things that affect even those who choose not to take part. I'm honestly surprised at how long it's taking people to realize how bad privatization is for things that a society desperately needs, like energy. 5-day work week. Health insurance, because it never should have existed to begin with. Same thing with student loans. All they did was make it more expensive. Single-use plastic. We've known it's destroying the earth and it's still mass-produced. Homophobia. The homeless and the hungry. If aliens came and asked us to describe our planet to them and they were like, everyone got food and a place to live? No, why not? Logistics? That's a shitty excuse. If anyone can remember what clip this story was from, I'd love to find it again. Zoophiles. Like, come on bro, just leave us already. The wealth gap that exists in America. There is only so much room it can stretch before something snaps. Libyan slave trade and concentration camps for the Uyghur people. China. Nazis. Women still being treated like all they are good for is love and making babies. Sexual predators. Everyone knows who they are. They can be easily tracked online thanks to the government passing the Patriot Act. Find them and put them down. And put down any accomplices as well. Dictators. For-profit healthcare and hungry children. The imperial measurement system. Fax machines. They're completely obsolete and pointless. COVID. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.